But uh, let's see, and I hope this do a little bit better. I don't use my mics a lot.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I don't for different reasons. You know what I mean? So what's been going on with you? You said you was telling me about your voice and your glands. So tell me what's happening with that.
So I got some things going on in my throat.
Okay.
That I think it's because of the acid reflux that I've been experiencing. It's been taking my voice away.
Okay. Does it hurt?
Yeah, it hurts. Some days it hurts. I have a lot of ear infections. My glands will stay swollen on the right side of my neck.
Okay.
So I finally got my insurance card back. They took my insurance from me. And I was unable to take care of myself. And see, that's what a lot of people don't understand. You know, they take things from us so we can't stay well.
Yeah.
And it's purposely done because now here you are doing population control.
Right.
Especially in the Black community.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's tough in itself, man.
It is.
People understand that plays a big role in your mental and being able to take care of you.
It does. Because I have children.
And it's funny you said that because I was just telling a couple the other day. You know, a lot of people talk about seeing therapists and, you know, shrinks and all these different things, even going to the doctor just to get checked out. And, you know, a lot of things stop people, whether it be insurance or just even them getting up to go care for themselves.
Right.
And that's why I love doing what I'm doing because, in a sense, it's like therapy on wheels.
It is.
You know what I mean?
It's
just coming to somebody and care for them without a motive.
It is.
You know, stuff that we all need. We just won't get up and do it. Maybe these type of conversations encourage people to go get up, get the right doctors, get the right help, and check on their engine and not just be stuck on that selfie.
Yeah, and the thing is that we as Black people have been, you know, stopped from taking care of ourselves properly. Plus, we got away from the old methods, the things that worked for us, that kept us alive. You know, I miss having them mothers and, you know, them old school women that, you know, could whip up some remedies and stuff. You know, I miss that.
But not only that, they stayed on top of you.
They did.
They stayed on top of you back in the day. They stayed on top of you in a way to where you remember it comfortably.
Yes.
Nowadays, people stay on top of you a different way.
Oh,
get up and go get your medicine. Take care of your shit. All right, it's you. You want to get one, you know, they make you feel some kind of way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a lot of times it just put people's defenses up, their guards up, and set them back. They don't push them.
Yeah, but it's another thing too. It's politics, and what America is trying to do to us as a people. You know, we are still deprived of so much when we was really kings and queens, and we got away from that. You know, having that confidence and self-esteem as kings and queens, we got away from that.
Yeah, we did. We
got away from our true nature.
That's why we got to have more things like this. Conversations.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Because even if we don't expect them, the politicians and the ones that's really pulling on strings to do it, as long as we keep each other encouraged, motivated, and keep the conversation alive.
Absolutely.
Not talking about it is one of the biggest problems in most homes. Not talking about personal issues, business, mental is all. I mean, business and mental. You know, it's like, I don't know. It's like kryptonite in the household. People don't want to talk about what we already see. You understand what I'm saying?
And it's evident.
It's evident.
You know, they've been regurgitating our words and our history for us for so long, and it's just like, today, in this day and age, these kids really don't know who we are. We've been through so much over the years, and freedom ain't free.
It definitely ain't.
Our freedom ain't free. We still got to fight every day to really ask God to help us fix the issues and surrender to a greater power than ourselves. Man. That's how the old school survived this so long. Right. We didn't wade in the water for nothing.
Right. Didn't wait. A lot of people waiting now, man, because they don't want to talk about it. Man.
They don't. They don't.
It's all good. We're gonna keep doing that.
You know, and that was a part of what I had to do. I had to surrender. I had to surrender and let God take over, because Nancy was tearing Nancy up. And it was some other things that was coming into play, some other factors that had me in a position to where I was oppressed.
He was beating you up.
Yeah, it was just, you know what I'm saying, life period.
What type of thing? I mean, throw something at me, man. Let me know what you was dealing with.
I mean,
you ain't got to put everything out.
Give
me one that put a lot of weight on you.
The adultery.
Adultery. Okay. That was really my next question. Was how's home? Are we talking past or current?
I mean, past and current.
Past and current.
You know what I'm saying?
You feel like it's still there versus from past or what?
I mean, it is there. You know, having nothing changed.
On your end or his end?
On his end. You know, but something changed on my end.
Where do you think that comes from?
I think that comes from a lack of.
A lack of what?
In his upbringing.
A lack of what? Love?
Of education.
Physical?
Not even, it ain't got nothing to do with the physical. It has to do with the mental. You know what I'm saying? And how it oppressed me is you bringing back all this stuff that don't belong to me.
Gotcha.
And I'm ingesting it. You know what I'm saying?
Like say, for instance, carrying old baggage that you carry, bringing it to the new relationship, or not knowing how to treat you mentally like a woman. Okay,
so first of all, you know, before you marry somebody, right, they need to come in disagreement with every footstep that they've made, right, in the past, and not dealing with your past before you bring in something old into the new. And so that old baggage is weight.
Well, it's just bleeding onto the next person.
Bruh, we're not going to talk about bleeding, bruh.
It's just bleeding.
We're not going to talk about bleeding because people don't understand what that looks like. You know what I'm saying? I've been bleeding. I've been pleading. And I really got away from who I was because of all this extra stuff that have come into play, right, within me. So I had to get rid of that. And bitterness set in.
Are y'all under the same roof still right now?
Yes and no.
Do you think that, and it's a big question too, because, you know, me personally, I've never been with somebody in the same household, in a relationship. We both was fighting the same thing as far as trying to recover from something. It's always been just me, not the other person, because of how I've chose. Do you think that since his recovery, it built on a different sense of cockiness and put him in a different position outside of where he worked at, which is a chick magnet? Outside of that, do you think that those things play a role into it?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Because see,
when did you first see it?
After the second occurrence, a whole different set of occurrences. It's been many.
How many strikes were you on?
Oh, like 5 or 6.
How many are you gonna take?
I'm done. I've come out of the darkness.
Have you exhausted all possibilities before you decide to say I'm done?
No, because right now we're doing therapy. So
well, we all haven't talked together in a while.
Yeah, but I put that ball in his court. What do you really want? Because what you're doing is abusing me. And that abuse is also tearing me down. Because see, I can do bad by myself, but I was doing better without you. And then you came in with this mask on and you put this whole facade before me. And so because I wasn't totally in tune, I let some things distract me. There was a couple red flags that I didn't really see them as red flags. I seen that there was improvement. And so because I know what I had to go through in my recovery,
you let that veil you
to get to where I'm at, I gave grace, bruh.
You believe in the process.
I gave grace.
You also know, Nancy, listen to me. Listen to me. And I'm going to keep it real with you. Listen, from a brother that I'm not that raggedy, but coming from, and I don't know how far knee deep he was in, I wasn't never knee deep in like that, but I was in enough. But to be able to get yourself back and to feel different like a man and people to respect you and see you differently and give you those compliments and encourage you, that right there is fuel to a man outside of the comfortability that he's been getting at home from that woman. And I'm not knocking. I'm not taking his side either. I'm giving you both sides of the coin so we can understand. That's why I asked you if you exhausted all possibilities, meaning I'm nobody, but we haven't all talked together, and that's one possibility. You know, understand what I'm saying? But there are things that women put us through because of comfortability, and the same thing guys put women through once you get comfortable. Because remember, y'all had love with the addiction and after the addiction, so you was able to see the change.
Love? I didn't have no love when I was in active addiction. You know, my family.
Don't talk about with each other.
No, because he wasn't in active addiction when he came to me.
Gotcha.
He was clean.
It came,
and I'm clean. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? But it was still another addiction.
So what I'm saying is that y'all have the familiarity of how you move in an addiction attitude and think, and the same thing on this side when you're not.
When you live in recovery,
but
and when you live in active,
comfortable, a lot of things lack. You understand what I'm saying? Especially going from being sober to clean. And let me give you just an example, so I don't want to take you all the way around the world. It could be something simple as, you know, women comfortable walking around with their Winnie the Pooh hanging out around the house. Been with it so long, I can have ashy ankles and everything, right? You can do all these things that we don't care to crisp ourselves up for just to keep the home going. See, we forget about how we got a person. And that's what most people lose is the friendship and the things that we did to keep get the person and to keep them in the beginning because we got comfortable. So now it don't matter what you went through. I know about it. And now that I know about it, I can also have that weapon to kind of judge you and look at you a different way. Absolutely. How many times have you sat on the couch and look at your man move around the house, but you're thinking about how he may move outside at the same time he's moving?
Okay, so from not knowing to being aware of what's really going on.
Make you look at him different.
Make you look at him different. And I did, but it also made me look at me differently. Why am I dealing with this?
What are you accepting?
What am I accepting, and how much am I willing to take?
You see why we work on mental? Stand up. No, you could have stood up there. You see that? Now hop back up there and sit down. You see why we work on our mental? Because your head is going through it, your mind is going through it. But
absolutely.
Look what your legs did. Your legs are able to move and make that choice and make. Listen, them hinges swing both ways.
They sure do.
You only sit in what you want to sit in.
But
you understand what I'm saying?
But you know, it's different because I cut a covenant with God. So here we go.
And use all your possibilities.
We cutting this covenant, right? Mm-hmm. He's the third strand that keeps us together. But my husband didn't acknowledge that third strand. He acknowledged what the world had to give him. When I wasn't living in the world, he brought the world back to me. And so being in recovery and my spirit is right and my intentions are good, never trying to change for a worse me, but to change for a better we. But it works both ways, Des.
Do you feel like you want it more than he do?
Today I don't. Okay. Today I don't. Today I really don't. You know what I'm saying? Because I want me. I want the quality and of me. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Because I know who I am. You know, I'm a show up type of person because I know what it's like to not have.
But you know, I love that, man. And I would never recommend a couple to ever pull away from each other without exhausting all their possibilities. And that's why we're here. But let's flip that coin over, man. And what are Nancy's side effects?
A different person, someone I don't know.
Towards me, towards you know, we mentally role playing. I'm him walking in the door after work, just coming to the house, laying my bag. You see that body language, that expression, that whole movement. See, we feed off of body language, facial expression, things of that nature. But in the beginning, they were different. Even when things were messed up, they were different. You still try to figure it out.
Yeah,
you understand? But now you look at them, everything's different. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So absolutely. But you know what that does to a man like me? I'm finna go look this way, because if that's the face that you're giving me, and that's the body language you're giving, and you know we're in turmoil, then how am I gonna stand up and fight back with you?
Well, first of all, you brought it to the table. So now you got to deal with the consequences of your actions.
Okay, so what if he walk in the door and he coming in strictly to greet you? Let's say with a single rose, $1 at the red light. Didn't cost him much, didn't take too much time, but he thought about you. And he came in the door and said, you know what, I know I ain't got a lot of weight to this fight that we're dealing with, but here goes a start.
And I would accept it.
What type of body language am I having though?
Then you get that welcome. What I can give you in my heart. You understand what I'm saying? What I can give you is grace.
Gotcha.
And I give that grace. But when you walking in like, I got this, or she gonna take whatever I give her,
or everything just
okay. I'm just not gonna do it. Because now with the change and walking through that dark time, that dark season, I'm not one who likes to be stuck in a dark season.
I get it.
The depression, the mental anguish, the pressure and the weight. Now I'm thinking of a strategic plan to remove all that and come back into who I truly am. Yeah. And it was a process mentally and spiritually, because I lost my way in all the mess, in all the chaos and confusion that came my way. Because see, I don't deal with chaos and confusion. That's not my numbers no more. My numbers is addition and multiplication, not division and subtraction. And that's what I've been living in. Yeah, and I've been living in the division and the subtraction. And when you got two people that are joined together under the covenant of God, that don't exist in God, because he's love. Because he's prosperity. It don't equal, bruh. It don't equal.
You know, and I hate to see you run. I'd rather see you catch a balance before you go, because you're still dealing with so much. And no matter where you go, you still take you with you mentally.
Yeah, but I lost me in the fight. You understand? Because what it was like a lion chasing its prey. P-R-E-Y, not P-R-A-Y, P-R-E-Y.
Do y'all still pray together?
No, I pray for myself. You know what I'm saying?
Do you pray out loud for him to hear?
Do I pray out loud?
For him to hear.
Well, a lot of times he's not around, because I sleep on the couch, he sleeps in the basement when he's there. You know what I'm saying? Or when he's gone and he's at the separation place in our life, you know, I pray. I pray around my house. I walk around my house. It's a different spirit. I can feel that conflict and that bad energy when his presence. And so that's where forgiveness comes in.
How's the kids dealing with this?
So the house is divided. The house is divided, but I got to protect them because I have a minor child.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? The anger and you know, 2 of my kids just came home not too long ago. And so that's a bad blood for me and my baby girls. You understand what I'm saying? Because they want the best for me. You know, they said, Mom, like, how are you showing us to be different?
If you swallowing some things.
If you ignoring some things and you trying to, but what I had to explain to them, that this is what I'm in right now. And it's only for a season. This too shall pass. Just let me go through it, because there's somebody else out there that's going through the same thing that I'm going through, that God is going to use me to be a witness and to be a strength for them.
And that's the part that's amazing. I commend you on all, but that's the part that's amazing, because they watch, they see, they know what's going on.
Right.
You know what I mean? I tell people all the time that I'm going to the STORE, I'll be back. That shit was done. That shit's over when they 3.
Right.
They know what the hell you saying.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
So you know what's going on. The eye hustle, the ear hustle, and then everything is open.
And it adds more trauma to their plate too.
It does.
Not just my plate, but their plate.
They're gonna be looking for love too. They like attention.
Right. And so I'm gonna say this: if it was intentional for God to break me, to change some things in me, in this process, then it worked.
Right.
Because I had to get back on my knees. I stopped getting on my knees when the conflict and the chaos came in, because it was a big distraction. And I didn't know how to handle it because I wasn't ready, because that wasn't the life that I was living. I was living a whole totally different life. And now you brought this thing to me. Now I got to figure out how to strategically move through this thing. It's like not playing checkers, but playing chess.
Can I tell you a secret? You're doing pretty good. You articulated that so well, and you look well.
Thank
you. You're not as broken as you think you are.
Well, I was though, Des. I need to tell you this. I need to tell you this.
But the tune-up
the bitterness. Hey, because God is tuning me up, babe. Because God is tuning me up, bro. He's tuning me up. And so the devil's not tuning me up. He done tuned me up enough. And that's what that dark place was the devil was trying to kill me and choke the gift that was inside of me. Because see, I really understood the assignment. I understood the assignment. You know what I'm saying? And then something went left. And so when that distraction came in, I didn't know how to handle it. You know what I'm saying? So with that, we have to go back to wisdom. We have to go back to victory. This is defeat.
I like that.
I'm not defeated. I am a woman of God first. I am a daughter of the highest king that ever reigned on earth and in heaven and in hell.
And in speaking of that, because you do this so well, you're carrying this so well, your strength is amazing. You know, you think that all doors is getting open for you.
God is opening up doors.
Talking about when you get out the shivery.
Oh, yeah,
I'm talking about the narrative of what you've been dealing with.
Okay.
You know, that strength that you got to enter and outer strength that you got in the way you wear your pain and where you store it and how you do your math. I think the brother should be honored you a little stronger. And, will you be willing to sit down one day, maybe me and you and him, and sit down and have a conversation?
Absolutely.
You know, it's something that hadn't been done. It was something, I mean, you know, in this turmoil. And I think, you know, we can get some sense of direction with it. Closure, conversation, just some sense of mediation.
Right.
Where we look at things different.
Well, you know, somebody else is going through something, though, Des, that watches your channel.
Yeah.
And they might be like, I don't know how to navigate this. I don't know how to navigate this. And they really might be going through hell. They might be ready to throw the towel in, or they might be ready to, you know, commit suicide or kill their significant other because they done snapped.
Right. Or gave up too soon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That hurts too. To let things go when you had time to fix it and work it out, or not hurt yourself and you lose somebody. Now you're talking to them over a casket, or you're watching them in a great marriage somewhere else. You understand what I'm saying? There's wounds that got to be healed in the process of building too. And it's a lot of people that are still building on top of rubble. They're trying to put the bricks on top of the old problems.
You can't.
And all you're going to do is end up with a crooked foundation, and they know that. So before we get up out of here, I want you to say one thing. Talk to the sister that's sitting at home dealing with the same kind of pain, but don't know how to balance that between her children, if I should go or not go. Give her something real quick, man. Just talk to your sister.
To all the women out there that are going through something, verbal abuse, physical abuse, adultery, you know, problems, conflict in the marriage or in the home, even in a relationship. You ain't got to be in a marriage. You don't got to take that. God didn't create us for that. You know, we are the stronger vessels. And that's what me as a sister, I forgot who I was in Christ because of the chaos and the confusion. Seek help. Get you a therapist. Find you a church that believes in God, that preaches the word of God, not what they think is the word of God, but the real word of God. And get that spiritual help, because it's something different about worldly therapy and spiritual therapy. It's for the inside. You got to get the inside right. You got to work on the inside like I had to. There might be some things that is conflicting with your spirit that has got to be cleaned up. This is called recovery. This is called restoration. This is called renewal within yourself. And find a strategic person that can help you play chess and not checkers. Because life is not checkers, it's chess.
Like
and the wisdom and the strength that comes from who is ever helping God build you up. Don't let this deter you from getting what you need, because I can tell you the end result is victory and not defeat. And I'm not going to ever be defeated again, because I can't forget who put me on my feet, who picked me up out the rebel. The word of God says you can't put new wine in old wineskins. So there's some new things that's got to come to you before that new wine is poured into you. Let somebody minister to your spirit. Let God minister to your spirit. Whatever it is that encourages you in the process of the wait. The wait doesn't mean sit here on the table and wait for the next shoe to drop. It's get up, pray, and wait on God. And whoever he sends in your life, pray for someone to come and help you, but the right person that's not going to P-R-E-Y on you, that's going to pray for you and over you and watch over your spirit in this process. It is possible. I'm living proof that bitterness will tear you down and make you look old and raggedy. But when I tell you, forgiving that person and forgiving yourself, because that's another thing, sisters, that I've learned. I had to forgive myself for allowing these things to happen in my life. So this is where the glow comes from. This is where the wisdom comes from. This is where my joy comes from, in knowing that God was willing to restore me. He was just waiting for me, because he's a gentleman. He's never going to force himself upon you. You have to walk into it. So be blessed today.
I appreciate that. Woo, my sister heavy. I felt that. I said, give me a snippet. You gave me a snippet, and I love it. You hear me? I appreciate you. We're going to set something up for us to sit down and do a group thing.
Yeah, because we here to build, not tear down.
Y'all heard that from my girl, Nancy. We out here staying connected. Let's go.